Okay, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakakadash. Double honors and blessings for the apostles and the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and teach us this truth. My name is Ariel Yahawada of GMS Hawaii, coming at you with a little different kind of lesson. I'm at work and I'm checking out this office on this particular floor. Of course, I'm not going to say my location because I can't do that. But I'm checking out this particular office that's being renovated. It's under construction. So, I just come up here and walk around and look for any fires or water leaks and things of that nature. Now, I didn't find any fires or water leaks, of course, so we would consider that all clear. But what I did find is what I want to show you real quick. Whoever was working up here obviously wrote some scriptures on the wall. See, this one right here is Psalm chapter 37, verse 4, where it says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." And they wrote some other things too, like this Dr. Seuss saying, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not, whatever with that." Here's another precept they wrote. "What does the Lord require of you but to act justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly with your power?" Here's another one in the book of John. "I am the vine, you are the branches. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, if you remain in me and my words remain, ask whatever you wish and it will be. This is to my Father's glory that you showing yourselves to be my disciples." Okay, they kind of ran out of room. But the reason why I'm showing this is that, as I said, as you can see, this place is under construction. Now, the workers who wrote this, if you saw these guys, they look like heathens. And this is the reason why I'm doing this lesson, is because as the elders and the apostles always go into, all Israelites, IUIC is one of those camps that teach that false BS. I believe IUIC is one of them. I'm sure they are or have said it. And if they haven't, my apologies. I'll have to do some more research. But there are camps out there that teach that all Israelites are so-called black men. But that's not true. Because as I said, now when I first saw these sayings, these precepts written on the wall, I said to myself, these guys could possibly be Jakes. They could possibly be Israelites. Because Esau is not going to do this while he's working. These guys are constructing this office. As you can see, they have the ceilings torn out. As I walk around, I'll come back to the precepts. And the first time I came up here, I saw that the precepts written on the wall, and I was taken aback. I was like, "Oh man, this is cool. You got some Jakes up here," And because as I said, only a Jake, only an Israelite would write these things on a wall like this. Let me go back to them, and I'll probably stay in this area. See, now they wrote some other stuff. Salakia, when my camera goes out, I'll just turn it back on. They wrote some other stuff. This is what we consider Hawaiian writings right here. I don't know how to read it. I don't know what it says, but there's the precept, Psalm 37, verse 4. There's Micah chapter 6 and verse 8. Oh, 1 Corinthians 16, verse 14. Let all that you do be done in love. See, there's the other precept with John. I believe it's John. It looks like John 15 something. I'll have to look into it. But the point of the matter The reason why I'm doing this video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying, and I have to say, will magnify and glorify the name of the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahushua. And as I was about to say, the reason why I'm doing this lesson is because if you see these guys who are working in this, who have this thing under construction, see they have the holes in the wall and things of that nature, you would look at them and say they're Polynesian. But I'm saying obviously they're Israelites. I'm not saying that it's a guarantee that they're Israelites because I don't know. I've never met them. I've never even seen them. But I know this building that I work in, the majority of the guys who come in here to do this type of work, they look Polynesian. And when I go downstairs and speak to my coworker, he would know what type of guys these are. And I'm going to ask him. I'll just ask him in a roundabout way, hey, who are the guys? What's the company that's working upstairs and doing the reconstruction? Because as I said, they done wrote these precepts on the wall so they could possibly be Israelites that don't look like your typical Israelites, your so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we know through the scriptures that we are going to have brothers come in at the end that are going to look like all nations. Some of them are going to look like so-called white people. Some of them are going to look like so-called Polynesians, because that's the majority, a huge majority of the population over here. Polynesians, so-called Hawaiians, so-called Samoans, so-called Tongans, But there's Israelites among those people. Because remember, we were scattered abroad. And that's why we speak a lot on the scattering of the Israelites, because we mingled among all people. So we're going to look like all people. That's just the way the Lord set it up. You see? So I just wanted to bring this out. I'm going to show the precepts again. Psalm 37, verse 4. Then there's some what they call Hawaiian writings. I'm not even going to attempt to read it, but there it is. I know that word right there, mahalo, that kind of means thank you. I think there's that word aloha that a lot of people are familiar with. There's Micah chapter 6 and verse 8. Okay, and there's John 15. Now, if these men are Israelites, they probably don't know they're Israelites. Of course they don't know, but you have to judge the spirit by the spirit. You can't look at a person on face value and say, oh, he's a Polynesian, oh, he's this, oh, he's that. You can't do that. And me and the brothers were talking about this weekend, how those camps, I know IUIC is one of them, because I've seen them do it, that they'll have people come ask them questions on the street and they'll have them kiss their boot or kiss their shoe, and we were saying how they could be going off because they could be having an Israelite kiss their shoe. Just because a person looks like a so-called white man or looks like a so-called Polynesian, it doesn't mean that they are. One of the ways you can find out is if you question them. Ask them, hey, what's your father's nationality? What's your father's background? And if it goes back to a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American, which over here in Hawaii, you have a lot of Ephraimites over here, because a huge population of Ephraimites came over here to the islands to work in the sugar fields, on the sugar plantations, And if you came over here, you would even see the so-called Puerto Rican flag flying a lot. And a lot of these Polynesians over here, they have a so-called Puerto Rican or Dominican last name, And I've met plenty of them that'll tell you point blank, I'm Puerto Rican, which means they're an Israelite, Ephraimite, So as I said, I just wanted to bring that out. When I was on my way up here, I was walking around and I was saying, Lord, let me see if there's any more precepts on these walls. And sure enough, the Spirit led me right here. There's one, Micah chapter 6, verse 8. And you can look it up because I have my camera on, so I can't turn it off and look up a precept and keep it on. Micah 6, verse 8. What does the Lord require of you but to act justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly with your power. Psalms 37 verse 4, delight yourself in the Lord by Shemi Hashai, and he will give you the desires of your heart. And of course, last but not least, well, here's 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let all that you do, Salakia, let all that you do be done in love. And the last one was John, kind of faded. John, I believe it says 15. I am the vine, you are the branches, and so forth and so on. So, hey, that's all I have to say about that. And there's me, um, at work, making this video, impromptu video. But hey, this is a clear example of why we here at Great Millstone always say you cannot judge a person by their skin color. You cannot do that, because you could be disrespecting or going off against a fellow Israelite because you're judging them by the way they look. And you have to remember, that's why the scriptures tell us we were scattered abroad. We were mingled among all races, all people of the earth. So we're going to look like all people of the earth. We're going to look like Polynesians. We're going to look like the so-called white man. We're going to look like all nations, all races of people. So that's all I got to say about that. Lord willing, this was edifying and magnified and glorified the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I haven't decided a title for this video, but I'll pray, Lord willing, that the Spirit will give me a title that will indicate that we come from everyone. We look like everyone, you know? And on to the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.